Hello, everyone. Today, our mediators will be doing in English, but with Ukrainian translation. Thank you for joining us today. Thank you for spending this evening with us so that we could observe the real world mediation case where we have Oleh Tyurin, who will be the mediator today. He will help the parties to come to the agreement. I would like to introduce everyone. And first, I will start from our partners with whom we have this event today. This is Hellenic Union of Mediators. We have Katerina Kotsaki present, and Mr. Sergio Manarakis as well, who has agreed to do it for the third time already, and we are doing it together. We are doing it within Global Mediation Synergy project. It is like exchange of knowledge. Last time there were mediators from Greece. This time simulation is done by Ukrainian side. After that, we will be able to discuss it. I'm grateful for your participation today and that you will be in charge of moderation that will be taking place after the simulation itself. Miss Catherine has I'm not sure. Somebody might not even know Katerina because she's famous. She is lawyer at the Supreme Court of Greece. She's also accredited by the KDIP and chairwoman in Hellenic Union. Mr. Sergius is also mediator and lawyer and vice chairman of the Hellenic Union of Mediator. So we are greeting everyone. Thank you for having this meeting with us. After that, I would like to introduce you our key guests, maybe not guests, but hosts of this event, who will be presenting this mediation. First of all, this is Mr. Oleh Tyurin. He will be acting as a mediator. He is a business, family, and international mediator. He is a member of National Association of Mediators of Ukraine, marketer, merchant, and Oleh Tyurin today will be doing mediation in English. We also have today 4 guests. We will have the main cast and additional cast. I think everyone understands that it is connected to Schellings and that every moment now somebody might need to go to the shelter or if there is power outage. So we prepared just in case somebody would not be able to participate in mediation. So we prepared a backup person who would be able to start from the place where we stopped. So, introduction of the main cast today, Danylo Romanov. He is a Master of Science on business management and a mediator in media management conflict. We also have Hanna Hvozd, who is a mediator in civil and family mediator, computer and regional development economist and management. Those are main cast, but just in case if something were to happen or something were to get disconnected, then they have backup Olga Golovko, who is trainer, mediator, PR manager of Ukrainian Academy of Mediation. So everything you see outside is thanks for Olga and Ukrainian Academy of Mediators. She's also senior lecturer and senior researcher and has PhD in law. We also have Oleh Tyurin, who has a PhD in economy and member of NUBIP in Ukraine, who would also be helping in case there is a need for that. I would also like thank Barry Roberts, who's present today. Thanks to her support, our mediators, Oleg and parties, are capable of doing mediation more comfortably. It was possible to do mediation in English or Ukrainian, but thanks to Barry, who conducted the course English for Mediator. It was a special course for our Ukrainian colleagues so that they could gain confidence for performing international mediation in English. Thank you very much, Barry. You can see the alumni of your courses. So I suggest to start. We need to do a little bit of magic, but I'm giving the floor to Oleg. Thank you, Luisa. Thank you
Луїза,
for
дякую
this
за цю можливість.
opportunity. Thank you, everyone
Дякую вам,
who
дякую кожному, хто до цього
who is related to this.
дотичний.
Thank you very
Щиро
much,
дякую
Barry, who
Бері
is
за те, що ви
today.
тут. А,
This energy and
І
this
енергії, і
knowledge you
знання,
had shared with us
якими вона
during
поділилася з
that
нами
course,
під час курсу
during the course English for
англійський для
Mediators.
медіаторів.
So,
Отже,
when you
скажіть,
are
будь ласка,
ready
коли
to
ви
give
будете
us
готові
the
завершити чарівну
permission to
паличку
start
і
and
посадити
get
нас
at
за
the
стіл переговорів?
negotiation table, just 1 second.
Отже,
So, I
я
invite
запрошую
us
вас
to
заходити,
this mediation
продовжити
journey.
медіацію.
Today
Сьогодні буде близько
we will have
2 годин
approximately 2
на цей
hours
кейс.
for this case. So,
Отже, let's go. Hello, nice to meet you. My name is Oleh Tyurin. Please call me Oleg today. How would you like me to call you today?
Nice to meet you, Ale. You can call me Maria.
Thank you, Maria.
Hello, Oleg. I prefer to be called Mr. Pavlo.
Thank you, Mr. Pavlo. Maria, I would like to clarify. Is it okay for you to be called by your first name when Mr. Pavlo wants to be called as Mr.?
I think in this case, I think better if you will call me Miss Maria.
Okay, thank you. Miss Maria, Mr. Pavlo. I would like to ask you if you have ever participated in mediation before. Miss Maria?
I've never experienced mediation before. So I Googled information about it, and I understand that it's a voluntary and confidential process. But I would like you to clarify how exactly is this process going on, especially about confidentiality, because this process has been initiated by the company CEO. So, and I would like to know what information will be shared with him.
Thank you, Miss Maria. So you Googled about mediation, and you would like some clarification about how the process goes and about and the topic of confidentiality is the most important for you because the CEO organized this mediation.
Yes.
Mr. Pavlo,
Yeah, as for
please,
me,
could you
I
share
have never.
about your experience of mediation?
Yes, for me, I have never ever been participating in mediation before. But nevertheless, as chief commercial officer, I had some additional courses, and one of them was related to mediation. So I have like basic understanding what it is, but yeah, I have never ever participated in.
Okay, I hear that as a chief commercial officer, you had courses And there you have got the basic understanding about the process. So, Miss Maria, Mr. Pavlo, I would like to tell you in a few words what mediation is to be sure that we have the same understanding of the topic. So, mediation is an assisted negotiation. It's confidential, flexible, and structured process. It's also voluntary for everyone. For you, Miss Maria, for you, Mr. Pavlo, and for me as a mediator. It's an impartial, I'm an impartial intermediary. I don't represent you, Miss Maria. I don't represent you, Mr. Pavlo. I don't advise or offer any solutions. My role is to facilitate communication between you, to help you reach a mutually acceptable agreement. I'll help you to cope with your emotions. I'll ask you questions and help you better understand yourself and each other. From you, I expect meaningful participation because you make decisions. They will be entirely yours and you are fully responsible for them. This is about the self-determination. We'll work flexibly in joint session and private meetings if there is a need. We will use PowerPoint for visualization, cards of emotion, etc. And I would like to ask you, Mr. Pavlo, do you have any questions about what I've said?
No, I don't have any questions.
Miss Maria, I remember that you were interested about the confidentiality.
Yes, please.
In this mediation Zoom, it's like in Las Vegas. Everything that is said in this room stays in this Zoom meeting. Also, I understand that it's a workplace mediation. You said that the CEO ordered this process. So if you want to talk about some special issues with your CEO or maybe with the members of your family, please tell me about this now. And if it would be appropriate to both of you and to me as a mediator, we can arrange about this exception from the confidentiality. Please, Miss Maria, do you have some topics that you would like to discuss with members of the company or somebody else?
It's why I ask you about this, because I thought that it's for me it's better that it would be between only us, and which information we can to deliver to our CEO. I think it's important to discuss about it together, and then what information we can say our company CEO, and I understood what you mean, and for me it's absolutely acceptable.
So I heard there is no need to do any exceptions from the confidentiality.
Yes, yeah, thank you.
Yeah, super.
I just wanna to ask some question about if it voluntary process. So may I, for example, in what case can I quit this process? Because I wasn't sure if I can leave the process without permission from our boss. But as I understood, just allow me to say that if I will feel myself unconfident or not confident, comfort atmosphere, can I quit the process?
Miss Maria, you can quit the process every moment you want. The only thing I would ask you, if you make such a decision, please give me about 5 minutes of your time in the individual meeting. I would ask you some questions about why you decided to do the choice like this. And after this clarification, if your decision stays to quit, please, you're welcome. If you change your decision, you can stay. So, Mr. Danylo, it's also absolutely okay for you to quit every moment if you feel uncomfortable. The only thing I would ask you to tell me as soon as you feel uncomfortable, or maybe you feel that I treat you as a mediator, not equally, please tell me about this as soon as you feel it. And we will work. Mediation is about communication also. Is it okay for you?
Yeah, it's okay for me. Thank you.
Yeah, super. So, I would also offer you to set 2 rules which will help us to feel safe and work more productively. The first one, we talk in turns. This means that we don't interrupt each other. Is it okay for you, Miss Maria?
Yes,
Mr.
of course.
Pavlo? Mr. Pavlo?
Yeah, that's okay for me.
Yeah, super. And the second, we avoid offensive and judgmental language.
Yes, I agree.
Super. Mr. Pavlo, Miss Maria, would you like to offer some more rules for today?
No, I think it would be enough. Just these 2.
Thank you, Mr. Pavlo. Miss Maria?
I think so. It's okay for me. Thank you.
Super. Then, in few words, I would tell you how we are going to proceed today. Now, I will give to you, Mr. Pavlo, because I can see you first on my right. Then to you, Miss Maria, 10 minutes, about 10 minutes, to tell how you see the situation from your own perspective. Then we will discuss topics for you, Mr. Pavlo, and then for you, Mr. Maria. I will visualize them in the PowerPoint. I will show my screen. We will clarify the topics. Then we choose the topic from which we start today. Then we work in terms of this topic. We will discuss and we will research your interests and needs. This is a very important stage of mediation. After this, we will get to decision making, and I will remind that making decisions is on you. I will be a guide in this process. And then, if you find both amicable agreement, both amicable decision, then we'll discuss in which form we will fix it. Okay?
Okay.
Super.
Thank you.
Yes, and I will make notes. They are confidential. And after our meeting, after I walk them through, I will damage them. So, Mr. Pavlo, please tell us how you see the situation by your own eyes. I will set the timer to help us keep the timing. 10 minutes. Wait a second, please. You're welcome.
Okay, so yeah, let me explain what happens like from my perspective in this situation. I've been chief commercial officer in Vita Maximum just for 2 years. Nevertheless, I have over 15 years of experience in this position in different pharmaceutical companies under my belt. So generally, I get that Miss Maria have some like trouble. She stuck a little bit with some company, merch market, and I know that I could help her because I'm with good relationship with Borscht Market chief commercial officer, so I could just help her with contract. I offer my help and she accepted. So I go to negotiation with chief commercial officer of the company, and primary contract was just for 10,000 bucks of our product. It's called Oleh. And I checked our like statistic for previous periods and saw that we had several months where we get over 50,000 bucks per month. So I just discussed with chief commercial officer of Bush Market variant to change the number and increase it to 40,000 because like okay, our plant had 50,000 before, then it would be okay if we just change it to 40,000. It's like win-win strategy, win-win contract. Why not? We discuss, we agreed everything. It's even like better variant for Bush Market. Okay, so I came back to company and at some moment I just understand that our purchasing manager, Maria, have a call with Bosch Market, and she indicating the guarantee of only 14,000 bucks for the next month. And like you understand, it's really serious discrepancy. So I just get feeling that such a low figure not only threatens the integrity of our agreement, but also it's like risk for our reputation as company with key client, and especially it could be like really a black mark on my reputation. So yeah, in moment of some intense frustration, I confronted in Maria in her office. Like yeah, I agree, understand that I was blunt, like almost shutting on her, but it's just because I felt that he handing off manufacturing planning was directly putting the deal that I had worked so hard at risk. And yeah, I understand that really at that moment my reaction, like, may have escalated a little bit the situation. And I really regret that it comes off as a personal attack to Miss Maria. But yeah, nevertheless, I am held down, and for the following day, I was going to apologize to say that I'm really sorry, and sit down and have just calm discussion to understand what's going on. And like to my surprise, again, I was informed that by our CEO that Maria decided to leave the company. So yeah, it hit me hard really. I was shocked at that moment, and I don't really understand what's going on and what's the problem in our like team dynamics, so whatever, but nevertheless. And I still have some questions. I don't really understand what's going on, and we have only like 2 weeks to fulfill this contract. So yeah, I come here to get some answers, because like despite of our emotions, feelings, or wishes, like still have this contract, and very soon we will like face with this deadline in 2 weeks just. And I think that it will affect on all of us. So yeah, I hope that our discussion today will help me to like somehow find solution how to fulfill this contract and to understand at least what's going on.
Mr. Pavlov, thank you for sharing. I will stop our timer, and I would like to return you what I've heard from you. You work in the company you have been working in the company for the last 2 years as Chief Commercial Officer. And you have the 15-year experience of working as a CCO. You decided to help Miss Maria with the contract with the Borscht market, which seemed quite stuck at the moment. You make this decision because you have good relationships with the Chief Commercial Officer of the Borscht market. And you started negotiation with him. Despite that, the number of the shipment in the first contract was about 10,000 packs of autogeister. You decided to increase the number up to 40,000 packs because you made research, and the statistic analysis showed you that the company, there were several months that when the company shipped more than 50,000 packs of autogeister. So you decided to increase the number up to 40,000 packs. And the CCO of Borscht market liked this idea.
Yep.
So he accepted it.
Yep.
Sometime before, the purchasing manager of Borscht market called Maria, and she told that 14,000 packs of autogeister is the highest number that your company can ship during the period that is mentioned in the contract. And actually, I've heard the number of 4 weeks.
Yeah, no,
is
1
it
month. Yeah.
this period? Yeah, 1 month. Thank you. And for you, this situation is frustrating and emotionally quite hard, because it's about your reputation and about the reputation of the company where you work. And I hear from you that you it was so hard, so overwhelming to you that you shouted at Miss Maria, and after that you understood that you overreacted. You felt regret, some kind of sorry, and you were going to apologize for this when you come down. And you were shocked when you understood that Miss Maria is going to leave the company. And it's very important for you to understand, to to get the clarity of how to deal with the situation and why it happened, and transparency. And it's important for you to find solution, how to cope with this situation with the contract. How much it sounds like you were talking about?
Yeah, you almost right. Like everything was similar to my thoughts that I want to like share with you. So yeah, everything's correct. Thank you.
Thank you, Mr. Pavlov. And I hear that for you, the topic of the contract is important. Is it true?
Yeah. For like for nowadays, for its moment, it's the most worried like part in my life. So I have to solve it somehow. That's why yeah, I would like to find solution as fast as possible to solve the situation.
Let me show my screen. I hear that it's important for you to solve the situation as fast as possible, so the time is important for you.
Yeah, because it's only like 2 weeks left. So yeah.
So it's 14 days.
Yeah.
And I hear, Mr. Pavlov, that the relationship is important for you. And these are the relationship with your business connection, the CCO of Bosch Market.
Yeah. At least. I like to say relationship with everyone, but especially with CCO, because he is my old friend and
And I also hear that relationship with Miss Maria is important for you also, because I hear that you felt regret and sorry about the incident that happened after you raised your voice. Is that correct?
Yeah, I just don't have full information about what's going on, but nevertheless, I let my emotions take control. So yeah, I sorry for that, and I want to make our relationship better, at least to come back to like previous variant.
And I hear that the clarity and transparency is important for you about the situation of the contract.
Yeah, because the reason for my emotions is just lack of information that are fatal in my profession, you know. So, yeah.
Mr. Pavlov, would you like to add some topics?
Generally, it's a question again with like my reputation, but I think anyway, if we would like work with contract, if we will solve the contract topic and work with relationship, it anyway would like affect on my reputation. So I'm okay with this too.
So I hear that the topic of your reputation is connected both to the relationship and to the contract.
Yeah, that's
correct?
Right.
Super. Mr. Pavlov, thank you. And Miss Maria, now I would ask you not to answer what you've heard from Mr. Pavlov. Please tell me how you see the situation by your own perspective. I will also set the timer for 10 minutes. And then we'll work through the topics. And after this, we'll decide which topic you are choosing today to work through. Okay?
Thank you.
So please.
So I've been working in Vita Maximum for 10 years. And last 3 years, I am a chief sales manager. So, and I should say that it's Vita Maximum is a very big and well-known manufacturer, which produce vitamins and dietary supplements. So we're expanding our markets, and we have negotiated a cooperation with a national network of supermarkets, Bosch Market, as Mr. Pavlo said. So, and I've been negotiating for 10 months with them about the supply of 10,000 packs of vitamin complex Odujaister. And I should notice that Odujaister was designed by VitaPro 3 years ago and recommended itself as an effective dietary supplement for people who are recovering from coronavirus and influenza. And why I say it, because it's very important for our company to support good quality our products. So to be honest, this negotiation with Bosch Market was very complicated, and the contract really wasn't signed until yesterday. And when the Mr. Pavlo offered me to help with sign the contract, I was really appreciated. And as I understood, the chief commercial officer, Bosch Market, was his classmate. So definitely I thought it was easy to decide this question. So after probably 2 weeks after meeting, Mr. Pavlo put on my table a signed contract with Bosch Market, and I was really happy and appreciate Mr. Pavlo for that. However, when I've read the contract, I was shocked, and it was, like a bad surprise, because according to the contract, we must supply 40,000 packs of Odujaister instead of 10,000 packs, per month. Moreover, if we don't ship this amount during the month, we will have a great penalty. The first, I thought that it probably was a mistake. But when the manager of Bosch Market texted me asking if we're capable to ship 40,000 packs of Odujaister during 30 days, of course, it was unrealistic amount, and I replied that the maximum that we can ship only 14,000 packs during next month. And after that, Mr. Pavlo ran into my office and shouted on me that it was not my business to communicate with Bosch Market and tell them that we can't ship 40,000 packs because the Vita Maximum can do it, and we will. Of course, it was awful situation, and it was really unacceptable for me to communicate like this way. So, but I appreciate Mr. Pavlo for your apology. And I accept it. I understand that it was very emotional situation, and but I think in a workplace it is an appropriate manner to communicate, an appropriate way to communicate like this. So, and it's a really bad situation, and therefore I decided to quit the company to avoid any scandal, because I care my reputation, I care reputation our company, and I don't want to be a part of this public shame. I have no idea how to handle with this situation and how to fulfill this contract, because it's technically impossible to produce this amount of autogester. You know, working with this contract, I deeply know all nuances of how long it takes to produce autogester. In this situation, I checked all possibilities, and I've had meeting with plan and supply department, and I know that we don't have enough ingredients in our warehouse to produce 40,000 packs of autogest, you know, and I calculated that maximum volume that we can produce from ingredients that we have now in a warehouse. It just is it is 14,000 packs during next month. You know, if we need to fulfill that contract, we need to produce another part of packs, but for that we should pay ingredient. We should buy ingredient from manufacturer in Europe. It could take about 40 days. So we can't do it during 1 month. We should have time. But we need to change amount of the product, or we need to change the lines, because it's, you know, this situation directly impact on the reputation of our company. So it's my view of situation.
Miss Maria, thank you for sharing. I stop our timer. And what I hear from you, you've been working in Vita Maximum for the last 10 years. 3 last years as a chief sales manager. Vita Maximum is a well-known company that produces vitamins and dietary supplements. And for the last 10 months, you've been working, you've been negotiating with the national network of supermarkets, Borscht Market, about the supplement of 10,000 packs of autogester. The preparation that was designed by Vita Maximum as a preparation for people who are recovering from coronavirus and influenza.
Yes.
Because of this, the good quality is very important to you.
Very important for our customer, also for me.
And this contract wasn't signed until yesterday. I hear that you really appreciate the help of Mr. Pavlov because you think that it really influenced the signing of the contract because the chief commercial officer of Bosch Market is his classmate.
Yes.
2 weeks ago, Mr. Pavlov put the signed contract on your table, and I hear that you felt shock.
Yes.
And maybe surprise. Because you seen there 4,000, the number of 40,000 packs which you have to supply during 30 days, or with a maximum will have to pay great penalties.
Yes, absolutely.
It was about the surprise and feeling that it was something unrealistic happening, because I hear that you thought that it was a kind of a mistake.
Yes, of course, because, you know, in a preliminary agreement, we talked about only 10,000 packs of Odorreister. 10, not 4, not 40,000 packs. So, and we don't have enough ingredient in our warehouse. Therefore, we should think about how we can fulfill this contract. And
Miss Maria, it seems to me I can hear a kind of hopelessness in your voice.
Yes, you're right, because, you know, I really can find the way how we can handle with the situation and how we can to deliver additional ingredient for to produce the last part of Odorreister. You know, because you know, if we even ordered the ingredients from manufacture in Europe, we need to make a prepayment, you know, and after that, we need 40 days delivering ingredients to our warehouse. And if it's in case if we will not travel on a border, you know, because last time the last delivery was 1 week late.
Miss Maria, I hear that there is the lack of ingredients on your warehouses for those 40,000 packs, and I hear that there are enough ingredients now for shipping 14,000 packs. And you talked with the purchasing manager of the Bosch market about this figure, and then the dialogue between you and Mr. Pavlov happened. That was emotionally hard for both of you. And is it was about some kind of insult for you?
Yeah, something like that, you know, because it was so hard negotiation. We communicate with Bosch Market a lot of times and changes some part of points in the contract, and in the end, the result we can fulfill this contract. I would like to ask Mr. Pavlo if
Miss Maria,
about
I would offer you to stop here, please, and
yes.
you will have time to ask Mr. Pavlo a bit later. I hear that the situation is quite hard. It is quite hard for you emotionally. So I told you that I will help you to cope with your emotions. And I would like to return that despite this emotionally hard day, I hear from you that you appreciate Mr. Pavlov's help and you accept his apology that you heard several minutes ago.
Yes,
True?
yes, you're right. Yeah, and I'm really um, worried that Mr. Pavlo regret about this situation, and I understand his emotions. It was quite hard.
Miss Maria, and I hear that good quality is important for you and the reputation is important for you. Your reputation and you decided to quit because it was not appropriate for you to have a public announcement of this situation. Is that correct?
Yeah, is it correct? Yeah, because I agree with Mr. Pavlo. The reputation is very important because as a personal reputation and reputation of company, I work in this company 10 years, and of course, it's impact the quality of products which we have in our company has a direct impact on our reputation of company. So therefore, we should follow in our, value about when we working in a place with people, with customer who trust us, and
I hear that it's about reputation, about quality, about trust, the topic of the contract.
Yes.
And it seems to me that the topic of their relationship is also important for you. Am I correct?
Absolutely, absolutely. I think in a workplace we shouldn't communicate in a an appropriate manner. So, and I thank you, Mr. Pavlos, that you understand it. So, and this contract very important for us. I understand for me and for Mr. Pablo, for both of us, and we must to find a way how we can handle with this contract. How we can fulfill this contract.
Miss Maria, I hear that the situation of the contract is very important for you. And I would like to highlight that for both of you, the topic of the contract is important. The topic of the relationships is important. And
yes,
now,
of course.
Mr. Pavlo, Miss Maria, I would like to ask you what the topic you would like to start from today. We'll have about, I would like to mention that we have about an hour left, so we will be able to walk through one of these topics. Please.
I think for today, it's the most important thing at this moment to find a solution how to fulfill this contract. So probably I would like to start from this topic, and also because I mean to figure out with our contract, because the situation directly impact on our reputation and reputation of company.
Ms. Maria, for you, the topic of the contract is the most important to discuss because of time. Here I also will put the time constraints.
Yes, we have limited time to fulfill this contract. We have just 1 month, therefore we need to find a decision. I can see another way.
Thank you. Mr. Pavlov, what topic is the most important for you to discuss, to start?
Like, me, I prefer to start from contract because it has like some time limitation, and moreover, I think anyway, talking about like contract, we would anyway work with our relationship, but working with this relationship, I don't think that we will solve problem with contract.
Okay, super.
Yes.
I want to congratulate you with your first agreement. You have just agreed about on what topic you are going to work now. So I will stop the demonstration of the screen, and now I would like to ask both of you. I will start from you, Ms. Maria, because Mr. Pavlov was the first who shared his view of the situation. Ms. Maria, why it is important for you to fulfill this contract?
Because it's my job, and working with this contract during 10 months, we have a lot of time to discuss with the brush market manager to agree every point of contract, and now it's like a deal of honor, if I can say so. I don't understand just. I thought that I heard that Mr. Pavlov said that I don't understand why and where this volume of packs come from. I heard that it was searching, and research from our statistic, but it was before the war. We had produced this amount. I mean, 40,000 packs per month. But now the situation was changed, and we just supply ingredients according to the contract. And as I can say before, in the preliminary agreement, we talked about 10,000 packs. Therefore, we don't have enough ingredient in our warehouse. And I would like to ask Mr. Pavlov, did you know that in our warehouse we don't have enough ingredients to produce 40,000 packs?
Ms. Maria, please, I can hear your question, and let me a bit rephrase it. First, I would like to give to rephrase that. You've been working for 10 months on this contract, and it's your job, and it's kind of honor. It's about your reputation to finish this deal successfully. And the transparency is important for you, and clarity. The understanding of why the volume was increased from 10,000 packs to 40,000 packs. True?
Yes, that's
So,
true.
Mr. Pavlo, can you share about why it was important for you to increase the number from 10,000 packs to 40,000 packs?
Like, generally because it was better agreement for both sides. We as at maximum got like extra order and extra income due to this contract. At the same time, to Bosch market would be much better to have like better shipping. So it was like win-win strategy, win-win contract. We discuss everything with CCO of Bosch market. Talking about the number, like now I don't know about. We don't have like enough like primary ingredients for a warehouse. I just checked our inner statistic, production statistic, and get like historical data, historical performance data that during some period it was like over 50,000 packs, not only produced, but shipped too. So based on this data, I conclude that increasing supply to like 40,000 packs would be okay to our plant. So we could ramp up like this increasing. But as you can see now we can't. Well, at least at this moment, as I understand.
So I can hear that it was important for you to increase the volume from 10,000 packs to 40,000 packs because it was kind of an investment in your relationships with your business connection, the CCO of the Bosch market, because it was about his financial safety. It was about investment into your company's financial safety, and it was your investment into relationship with Miss Maria, because it was about the maybe some benefits for her, as I understand from the words. If I'm not correct, please correct
Kind
me.
of better contract anyway.
So this contract log with the 40,000 packs looked more valuable for you.
For all of us.
And I can hear that you feel surprised when you hear that there is not enough
Ingredients, yeah. No, because
ingredients
yeah,
in the
I have
warehouse.
like yeah, in the sense that I'm new in this company, I work in here just for 2 years, but nevertheless, I have 15 years of experience in this sphere. I know how to do my work properly, and it was really unexpected situation that I do everything like as I have to. I do everything professionally. I check everything, even double check information, and then just get information that no, we can't do it. It's not valid, and I was really in deep shock at this moment.
So it's about appreciation of you as a professional who knows
Yeah,
how
at
to do
least.
his work properly.
Yeah.
And Mr. Pavlov, what do you feel in the situation when you check the information and it appeared that now it's quite problematic to ship this body because of the volume of ingredients, raw materials in your warehouses, which is not enough for 40,000 packs.
Like, I feel a little bit of anger, but mostly it's kind of upset because it's a problem. It's like my problem, my fail, kind of. And anyway, I have to solve it somehow because if we would like lose this contract due to my fail, it would be really, I think, end of my career here and actually as CCO, because with this black mark I wouldn't be like allowed to work at this job.
I hear that you feel anger, you feel upset, and it seems to me a kind of guilt, correct?
Yeah, because it's a result of my actions, so yeah.
And kind of disturbed because you feel that if this contract will fail, if this contract fails, it could be reputational risks for you and financial risks for you.
Yeah, like I'm 45, I have 15 years of experience. I spent 15 years to build like my professional skills, my social skill, my community around me, and like this fail would ruin everything.
Ruin everything. Mr. Polo, I would like you to imagine now that you have managed the situation and you found the decision that helps you to save your reputation, to manage the risks, the financial risks, the risks of losing relationship with Miss Maria, with the company, with a maximum, with your friend and business connection, the CEO of the Borscht market. What do you feel?
I would be happy, really happy.
So it's happiness and maybe some kind of satisfaction.
Yeah, it's like just calm moment when you understand that you done everything well, you like passed all problem, and now it's great.
So you feel calm, you feel satisfied and happy.
Yeah.
Miss Maria,
Yes.
what do you feel when you hear that for Mr. Pavlo, it's about surprise that there was not enough raw materials in their warehouses, and that is about anger, upset, and guilt for him?
I understand his feeling, and because I was concerned about this contract, and when the Mr. Pavlo put on the contract and the amount was more than 10,000 packs, it was, for me, it looked like he want to set me up, because I know exactly, deeply know any nuances as I can say about this contract, and I even can't imagine that the amount of contract could be changed, and of course, in fact, now we don't have enough ingredient, and as said Mr. Paulo, it's situation was very disappointed on me as well. And I even don't know how to deal with this. But we should think about, in fact, that we don't have enough ingredients for 40,000 packs, but we have enough ingredients to produce 15,000 packs. So, and we should think how we can produce another one. You know, we should buy ingredients, and I need additional time, you know, to do it. So I understand that it was probably misunderstanding, but the first I thought that it's, you know, I'm concerned about this because we had a similar situation 2 years ago. We had to produce a batch of vitamins for the net of drugstores, but we had temporary deficit of ingredients, you know, and previous chief commercial officer secretly ordered the plant to produce a batch of vitamins with twice reduced active ingredients content. It was a big scandal because drugstore did the analysis of the batch, and it was a very similar situation, you know. The chief, with ingredient, yeah. Therefore, the chief commercial officer was fired in 24 hours, and Vita Maximum had to replace their whole party for free. And I was shocked, and when I knew about this, so, and I was afraid that Mr. Pavlo could do something like this. Now, as I can see, the feelings Mr. Pavlo and how he regret about this situation and about his guilt. Of course, I understand that I was wrong. I'm sorry about it if I thought like this. But I should say that we can't, in our situation with this contract, we can't change, can't change the supplier which deliver our ingredients, you know, manufactured in the Europe, because they have a good quality, and therefore we, at any case, we need additional time to produce 40,000 packs of Hvozd, or change the deadlines, because it's really unrealistic time to produce this kind of thing.
Miss Maria, thank you for sharing. I hear that it's quite hard emotionally to share about the risks, of you had several years ago, about the previous chief commercial officer who ordered the plant to produce the body of vitamins with the twice reduced amount of active ingredients. He was fired in 24 hours, and it was a scandal.
Yes.
Vita Maximum had to replace the whole body for free, and this situation reminded you that situation that happened several years before. And it was this lack of transparency was about mistrust for you.
Yes.
And when you heard Mr. Pavlov, how he sees the situation, you get the trust back. Is that true?
Yes, I think at least I feel myself much more better than before. It's like some relief, when I heard the Mr. Pavlov explanation and his feeling. So, and now we should think about how to handle with the situation, because, I should say that the quality of product, impact of our reputation, we're responsible for the quality of the products and to our customer, and we need to make sure that they can trust us, Therefore, probably we should think about how to communicate with Chief Commercial Officer Bosch Market again and explain them situation.
Miss Maria, I hear that you are already talking about the options, and now, yes, thank you very much for your activeness, both of you, Mr. Pavlov, Miss Maria. And instead of talking about figures, about 4,000 numbers or 14,000 packs of digester, about 30 days or 40 days, I would offer you to talk about what is really important for you. Please think about how in this situation you both can act to save your own reputation, the reputation of Vita Maximum, relationship between both of you, the relationship between Vita Maximum and Bosch Market, relationship between you and the CCO of Bosch Market, trust between you and your clients, and the financial safety of your company and both of you. I will offer you 5 minutes now. I will set up the timer to generate as many options as you can. Please, I would offer you not to critique any options. Every option is valuable. To use your fantasy as much as possible. And after this, only after this brainstorming, I will note your options, so please don't pay attention into just writing them down. I will do it for you. And after this brainstorming, after these 5 minutes, we will discuss the priorities of every option and how much is real. But now, please, don't pay any attention on this. Just as many options as possible, as many creative options as you can imagine. Welcome.
Like, as a situation, I reckon that there is no way to supply our ingredients from any other place, like to fulfill the contract in these terms. So, despite of our solution, anyway, I think we need to change contract or to make additional contract to this one. And anyway, it would be through another negotiation with the CEO of Bosch Market. So anyway, I think I have to regret to say that I'm sorry for that and to explain the situation to him, what happens, and then try to like solve it somehow to make new contract with new terms or something like that.
Thank you. Miss Maria?
Yeah, I agree with Mr. Pavlos that we don't have another way which should negotiate again with Bosch Market managers or chief commercial officer, and probably we will able to change at least deadline for produce 40,000 packs of Odorreister. And let's see. Now we have 14,000 packs. Yeah, I mean during 1 month we can produce for 14,000. So to produce another part, 26,000 packs, we need to buy ingredient, yes, from manufacturers. So therefore, if we will not have any trouble on a border, we will able to deliver this ingredient during 40 days. It's in the best case, you know. And then when we will have this ingredient, we can produce 26,000 packs during probably 2 or 3 weeks. So in a whole, and we will fulfill this contract probably within 2 months. So we can negotiate with a manager, with a Bosch Market, and explain that we can produce 40,000 packs of Odorreister, but during 2 months. During 1 month, we can deliver it 15,000 packs of Odorreister, no, and during the next month, we will be able to deliver 26,000 packs. We can to negotiate with them. Probably we could to offer it additional agreement and provide them. I'm not sure about the additional discount because they have discount now, but probably we can suggest to offer pre-delivery, for example.
But maybe we could just sell like first part with primary cost and then with like usual price for them. Because anyway, we would like earn extra income through this 26,000 packs later.
But we should think about the penalty, you know, because according to the contract, if we don't deliver in this, if we don't ship this amount of products, we will have great penalty. So therefore, we definitely need to have an additional agreement to this contract to escape the penalty.
Ms. Maria, Mr. Pavlo, thank you for your activeness. I hear several options that you generated, and now we will we'll prioritize them. What I hear, the first one, to change the terms of the contract or to sign the additional contract. To negotiate with CCO of Bosch Market, to clarify the situation, and to offer the new terms of the contract. To change the deadline to produce 40,000 packs, to produce 14,000 packs during the first 30 days, and to offer additional volume of raw ingredients, and to produce additional 26,000 packs during next 2-3 weeks, plus 40 days for the delivery of raw ingredients to the plant, and so shipping them in 2 months. So the first party 14,000 packs during the first month and 26,000 packs during the second month. To offer additional discount, and I hear that you are not sure about this option because Bosch Market has already quite low price. And I hear that to offer a free delivery is quite appropriate for both of you. I can hear from you, Mr. Pavlo, that you're going to have an extra income from additional 20,000 packs. And from you, Ms. Maria, I hear some concerns about the penalties and that you have to walk through this question like a prior, because the penalties seem to you quite painful.
Yes, of course. And I would like to add that we should to consider that about the deadline, my concern about the deadline, because if we will not have trouble in the border, so and I think it has to be stated in the contract as a force majeure. Because if if it happened, we must be sure that it will not impact in the contract. I mean, travel in the border.
So it's important to include into the new terms of the contract information about the force majeure and what time would you like to put into the contract, like the buffer?
I think in a common 2 months it would be enough. 2 months.
So 2 months it would be enough for shipping 40,000 packs.
Yes, for shipping 40,000 packs. But 1 month it's unrealistic.
So negotiation with the CEO, changing the terms of the contract, changing deadlines, offer additional discount, offer free delivery, to negotiate about the penalties, to write down the force majeure in the contract. What options are the most appropriate to you, Mr. Danylo?
Like despite of options you mentioned, anyway, we have to communicate with CCO Bush Market to discuss anything or to change anything. So it's not it's not an option. It's points that we have to do.
So negotiation with the CEO. Okay.
So yeah, despite of solution, it anyway would be one of like steps. I think it would be
CEO. Okay. Who is going to do this, Mr. Pulo?
Actually, me, at least because it's like my job, and in case in this we come to this case due to my actions, so it's anyway my job to do.
When are you going to do this?
I think anyway during this week because we have lack of time.
During these 7 days.
No, 5 working days. Yeah, so
5 working days. Okay. How will it exactly happen?
I don't know. Like anyway, I have to apologize. I think officially because I created the situation. And then after this, try to explain situation and try to negotiate like another terms, another contract, another numbers, like anything.
Okay. I hear that it's important for you to apologize officially and to explain what it will be, what form of communication.
Like anyway, first of all, I think it would be some kind of letter,
Official letter.
email, and yeah, and after that it would be meeting online, offline. Nevertheless, it would be meeting with him.
So you will write the letter where you offer to meet. True?
I think I would write the letter where I apologize, explain situation, and make a request to meet and negotiate again.
Okay. Letter where you apologize, explain the situation, and offer a new negotiation about the contract.
Yep.
And Mr. Polo, I understand that this question may sound quite uncomfortable. Despite this, I'm going to ask it because it's very important. What will you do if during the next 5 working days there would be no contact with the CCO of Borscht Market?
I will like forced to contact with him unofficially out of our like jobs because anyway, yeah, he's like a friend of mine. He's my classmate, so I have his number of his phone. So I'll just call him and try to contact in this way. Because anyway, it's just like so much amount of time left to this deadline.
So it would be an official call.
Yeah,
If
in case that we wouldn't have like any touch in official manner, I'd be like forced to contact with him unofficially at least to maybe make it process faster.
Super. Thank you. Okay. The negotiation with CEO we have discussed. What would be the next step? Miss Maria? Oh, please switch on your microphone.
I'm sorry. probably we sign a new agreement with the Bush market, and I think it's a good idea, Mr. Pavlo, to meet with Chief Commercial Officer Bush market in informal way first, and then discuss what's important for them, and explain situation. From my side, I can provide additional information to Chief Commercial Officer Bush market, and calculate how much products we can produce now, or create like a report about the situation to explain it more clear, probably, and offer them our proposition about the discount, about the free delivery, or something else. It depends from negotiation. Moreover, probably I wanna be attend the meeting. I mean, formal meeting with managers, Bush market, or CEO or chief commercial officer. If Mr. Pavlo agree with this. So if it would be comfortable, I'm ready to help with any negotiation or additional information about our products.
So, Miss Maria, I hear that it's important for you to sign a new agreement and firstly to discuss with the Bosch market what is important for them, to clarify the situation for what happens from your side in your company, and then decide during the negotiation what propositions can you give them, what propositions would be most valuable for them.
Yes,
and
absolutely.
You will be able to understand this during the negotiation process.
Yes, you're right.
Super. Please tell me who is going to be present on this negotiation.
So anyway, it would be CCO of Porsche Market. Anyway, it would be I would be there, and yet maybe avoid some misunderstanding, and again to avoid some problems, it would be better if Miss Maria would be present there too.
So it's you, Miss Maria, and
No, CCO
the
of
CCO Bosch market.
Yeah.
Okay. When is going to happen?
I hope as soon as possible. So anyway, I have to contact them first, and then we will like discuss about like some date, time, place, so on.
Yeah, I think we should make them call and then understand when we have a common meeting together.
Okay, when you are going to call and who exactly?
Oh yeah, as we have told, it's actually my job, so I would send an official mail and then try to.
So, Mr. Pavlo, you are calling the CCO, and you're doing it as soon as possible.
Yep.
So, as soon as possible, it's during next 5 working days. Okay. How you imagine this meeting? Where it will happen?
I think anyway, it would be much better to do it not online, but offline, like present in one place and discuss it.
Yeah, I think I agree. It should be face-to-face meeting.
Okay, offline, face-to-face. Where it's most appropriate for you to meet?
We will have two options. It could be in our conference room, or it could be in a independent place. Yeah.
Okay. Mr. Pavlo, I hear about the options, your conference room, so your office, and the independent place.
Yep. So we will choose among these options, I think.
So you need some time to choose.
Yeah, because it would be anyway conversation with CCO Bush Market, so it would be like 3 sides conversation about place and time. So we'll see.
Yeah, I think you're right. We can suggest them our offer and then decide when it will be appropriate.
When and where.
Meeting.
Okay. And what are you going to do if something goes wrong?
It depends, like what's would go wrong, because again, if we just wouldn't get in touch with this Bush Market, I will try to unofficially contact with him and try to do like other official processes faster, in case if it would be decline of negotiation or negotiation would be failed. So there is not so much options to do anyway. So I think in this case we just will like we will face fate as it is.
So I hear that if something goes wrong, that you have another option as an official meeting.
At least try to.
Okay. Yeah. Okay. What else can you do to work through the risks of the relationship, the risks of reputation, getting back trust, and guarantee financial safety?
Maybe just make an official apologize from like my name to Porsche Market Company generally. So yeah, it would damage my reputation a lot, I think, but probably it must help at least somehow, at least a little bit.
An official apology.
No, yeah, official apologize and to describe situations that it was like my fail, and that's why it's like nothing related to a company, something like that.
So it's informing them that you accepting the blame of this for the situation, and you are working on improving it as much as hard as possible.
Yeah, but I hope that we will like solve everything without this step.
Miss Maria, what else you can do?
I think all of us time to time make a mistake. So, and in this situation, I think we need to be honest and explain them situation. And I'm sure that in the big company like a Bosch market supermarket, it's sometimes it happened trouble or something like that. So I'm not sure that we can find appropriate solution to solve this problem. And if not, we just will ask about what they want, and think if we can do it or no. In any case, I'm sure we will find solution together.
So it's about open communication with the Borscht market.
Yes, absolutely.
And readiness to hear what is important for them.
Yes. I think in this situation, we should find something common and to understand what's important for them and explain them what's important for us.
So, Miss Maria, Mr. Pavlo, our time for today's session comes to an end. I would like to tell that I appreciate your activeness and I congratulate you with the decisions you made there to negotiate with the CCO. Mr. Pavlo does this during next 5 days. He gives his official apology, explains how and why everything happened and how to manage it. He writes the letter. He calls the CCO unofficially if the official offer of negotiation doesn't work. Then you are arranging about the date and time when you sit to the table and negotiate about the new terms of the contract. You are ready to hear what is important to Borscht market. You're ready to clarify the situation that you have and to think about the propositions you are ready to give them during the negotiations. I'm sorry, my tongue is a bit tired to the end. And yeah, mediator is a human also. And you will decide what to offer during the negotiation. On this meeting are present Mr. Pavlo, Miss Maria, and the CCO of Borscht Market. You're doing it as soon as possible during the next 5 working days. Mr. Pavlo calls the CCO of Borscht Market and offers this meeting. You prefer to do it online in your office or in the independent place. You will offer 2 options and you will think about it. You will have time for this. If something goes wrong, you have the unofficial channel of communication also. And after this, you're ready to communicate openly with the Borscht market, to hear what's important for them, and to be ready to communicate what's important for you. Mr. Pavlo, Miss Maria, what kind of agreement you would like to get after this mediation session? The oral one or the written one?
You mean agreement between our companies?
Between you. Between you,
us.
yes, it's
I
mediation
think we
between
can-
you, Mr. Pavlo,
Yeah.
and Miss Maria.
I think with Miss Maria we can do it orally because we understand everything and understand the role of each of us. So we could do it orally, and that's all, I think.
Okay, Mr. Pavlov, for you, it's the oral option is okay. Miss Maria?
I think it's absolutely suitable for me. And because if we say about the trust, it's in it's important for both of us. And if our CEO don't want any, suggestion about the contract, writing about the mediation process agreement, it would be writing or oral. For me, it's okay if it will be oral.
Okay, super. So for both of you, the oral option of the agreement is appropriate. I will prepare the short summary of what you have agreed on to be sure that everyone meant that he meant, and that the words mean the same for everyone. And I will send it during tomorrow until 4 p.m. And please, I would like to get the feedback from you if you want to correct something, or if everything sounds okay for you. Okay?
Yeah, okay. Thank
Okay,
you.
right. Thank you.
So, thank you very much for your activeness, for your ready to work. And I would just like to ask you, how are you in the end of this process, Mr. Pavlov?
It's like a strange feeling when you are really tired or even exhausted, but at the same time, it's much better than was like, 2 hours ago, because anyway, I get this like missing part of puzzle to understand the whole situation, to understand the whole emotions. And yeah, it's kind of hard for me to realize that there is like only this option connected anyway to damage to my reputation. But nevertheless, I'm, kind of okay with it. I'm calm because I know at least understand everything, and it's much better than it was previously.
Mr. Pavlov, I hear that you have clarity and you have the whole side of the picture now as your puzzle, just all the parts are connected. And I hear some concerns about the risks to your reputation. And I would give you a question just to think on your own when you will have time. When you have time, please think about how the clarity and transparency influences somebody's reputation.
Okay, thank you. I will
Okay?
think about it.
Thank you. Miss Maria, how are you?
Much better than before. Because it was not easy conversation for me, because I had a lot of doubt about this situation, and about attitude Mr. Pavlov to this situation. So, and now we clarify this moment, and of course I feel relief, as I can say before. And I hope that we really handle with the situation and fulfill the contract and save our reputation personally, and safe reputation of company. Because I so long working in this company. It's for me like a family, and I put on a lot of my power to this company, and of course I prefer to work in a friendly and friend atmosphere and trust each other.
So I hear that you feel a kind of relief, and despite this communication at first was quite hard emotionally to you.
Yeah.
Now you are maybe happy even that you have clarity, transparency, and trust.
Yes, absolutely. Yeah. Now I
Super.
feel better, and for me, I'm satisfied with this mediation process, and it was for me new experience. So I think it's makes sense. to negotiate and use this way mediation. Thank you very much for you, Oleh, that you help us to handle with this.
You're welcome. And I'm very happy to hear that you feel satisfaction. And it's very important for me to understand this. So, thank you both, Ms. Maria, Mr. Pavlo. As I told before, I will text you in our common chat that we arranged before about creating it. And there I will send you the draft of the points of the short summary and the time slots for the next meeting. We have one more topic to discuss. So have a nice evening. Goodbye.
Thank you very much. Have a nice evening. Bye.
I would like to thank, but also maybe not just thank, but also send an emoji of applause, because in fact it was awesome and it was even in English, not how you got used in the language you usually do. Thank you, Oleh, for such a soft, supportive style of mediation, which is structured meanwhile. And thank you for the parties and those who were ready to back them up. And I'm going to also give the floor to Miss Katerina and Mr. Sergios, so that we could hear your feedback and start the discussion, so that we can see what matches, what is different. Maybe the style of negotiation is different. Maybe something is different during the mediation itself. Miss Katerina?
So first of all, I want to congratulate the three colleagues who have conducted all this process in a very quiet and friendly way, which is very important. And thereafter, I will go into details, starting from the positive things I have noticed. You can see here my cat. Her name is Elpida, which means hope. So let's hope that all what we will do in the future will be successful and interesting, like the event of today. So the first thing I want to point out regarding the mediator is that I appreciated very much his calmness and the way he conducted the whole process and the interest he showed calmly, always calmly, regarding all the points of the dispute. This is the main positive remark I would like to make regarding the mediator. After that, I would like, if you allow me, dear colleague mediator, to ask you whether you have done any separate meeting or whether all the process was a joint meeting. Hello?
Ms. Catherine, thank you for this question. In Ukraine, I usually practice starting from the private meetings. Today, we decided to work in the joint meeting. Sometimes, in workplace mediation, there are some constraints of time limits. So we decided today to show the mediation if there were no pre-mediation meetings. Usually, I offer parties to do pre-mediation, and after this, the joint meeting.
So you have done joint meeting?
Yes. Yeah, today it was a joint meeting.
Yes. Okay. Now I will tell you my personal opinion, because in Greece as well, it is not mandatory to make separate meetings. Or you can do only separate meetings. I will tell you that in France, they do not make separate meetings. They follow the system you have done today. Everything is jointly done. In Greece, we do one joint meeting at the beginning where the concerned parties have the opportunity to briefly expose their viewpoints and their claim, but very shortly. Thereafter, we have separate meetings, but this is not a must. The mediator is free to select the way in which he will proceed. Now, regardless to that, okay, you were absolutely free to make joint meeting. However, you will allow me to tell you that the time you have devoted to Maria was not equal. Excuse my cat, she's very interested also. The time you have devoted to Maria was not equal to the time you have devoted to Pablo, or the contrary, you have devoted to Pablo a shorter time than the one devoted to Maria, which gave me the impression, as somebody looking at a film, let's say, of imbalanced distribution of the time. And at the beginning of the conversation, you shocked often your head when Maria was speaking, which could lead to misunderstandings, giving the impression that you agreed with what she was saying, and Pablo could be offended by that. So take care to be as much as indifferent, if I may say so, about what the parties say all the time. Another point I would like to underline. There is something which I would like to add to what I said just before, is that Pablo had not enough time to expose his position. Pablo, you could ask for that. This is not an offense to the mediator. You may very well say, Mr. Mediator, I have something to add. I would like a few more minutes to expose my position or some aspects which have not been exposed. So this is something you must take care of, to allow the mediator to have a full picture of the whole situation, a complete picture of the whole situation. Another point regarding the mediator is that, dear colleague, first you insisted on the fact that if Maria would leave, because she asked whether she would be allowed to leave the process whenever she liked, you replied very correctly, yes. But you insisted too much, to my opinion, on the fact that she would explain to you why she is leaving. I may tell you that the principle is that the party who wishes to leave may leave without giving any explanation to anybody. But the mediator may say, please, could you tell me why you are leaving, in order to check whether he has done something which was not satisfying to the person leaving. But just one question, not ask the party leaving to give full details and full explanation of the reasons for which he or she is leaving. Another point, which is very important, I do not know what Ukrainian legislation provides about that, but you said that the next day you would send a kind of memorandum to the parties summarizing what was told during the meeting. In Greece, this would be prohibited, and the mediator could be summoned for that. In Greece, you would be allowed to take some notes for you, to help you, in order not to miss something. But at the end of the process, you would have the obligation to destroy the paper on which you have put what you have written. In our case tonight, you could make an agenda on the board behind you and say, so the points which are discussed are 1, 2, 3, 4. You propose 5, 6, 7, 8, and then you delete. This is in the frame of the confidentiality. I do not know whether in Ukraine you would be allowed to send a memorandum to the parties the next day. But I tell you what would happen from the Greek viewpoint. Another question I have is the following. According to Ukrainian legislation, is the presence of the lawyers of the parties mandatory?
Maybe I will take this question. Ms. Katerina, we indeed have differences in legislation. According to our legislation, lawyers are not mandatory. There is no requirement in comparison, for example, to Greece or Italy. We don't have such obligation. But at the stage where the options are assessed, we as mediators inform and make an effort to involve lawyers either in mediation or send parties to lawyers so that they can consult. So there are differences in our approach to mediation. And that's probably the peculiarities. And we warn and we make notes during mediation upon the agreement of the parties. So we ask them if they would mind if we make notes which we later on destroy or use only in order not to do something important. But the summary on the agreement, usually this is done by the mediator. Even if he is a lawyer, he cannot draft it like a legal consultation because they are mediator. But as a mediator, he is aware about the final agreements and the list which he can send to the parties. And of course, it is being discussed with the parties. Maybe there is even more because the lawyers were present and immediately make an effort to draft the document. and the mediator does not sign the mediation agreement, only the parties sign it. According to our legislation, the mediator cannot notarize it or otherwise fulfill it. I would be grateful if you could explain how it works in Greece, and it is awesome that we can even compare and see. Maybe we would need to change something in Ukraine. Maybe we should borrow some experience from you. So we would be grateful if you could share such peculiarities on mediation in Greece and what you could have observed here during the process.
Yes, in Greece, the presence of the lawyers of both parties is mandatory, and the party cannot attend without his lawyer. And the lawyer cannot attend in lieu and place of the party, except in some cases when the party is ill, he is lying in bed, he cannot move, he has no PC to follow in Zoom. Otherwise, both the parties and the lawyers must be present. Now, I told you the difference regarding the taking of notes, the sending of the memorandum, and I have something to add regarding the following to my colleague mediator. During the process, the parties seem to have reached an agreement, which is possibly not the final one, but it is the next step which they will do. Νίνα, έλα πάρε σε παρακαλώ την ελπίδα, γιατί έχει ζαλίσει όλο τον κόσμο. So, this agreement, according to Greek legislation, would have to be drafted during the process, during this process we had today, and signed by the parties. Usually, the agreement is drafted by the lawyers because the lawyers have to be present in Greece, but in Ukraine, most probably the agreement would be drafted by the mediator. Now, in case lawyers are present, the mediator should collaborate with them, or it is indicated, it is useful for the mediator to work, to collaborate with the lawyers, because an agreement might, as you know very well, might be contrary, for instance, to public order or to ethics, for instance, or dangerous for people, which are extreme situations. But one situation which is possible to happen is that the parties reach an agreement which, in case it is not respected by both parties, meaning if one of the parties violates or does not implement the agreement, then the other party can enforce the agreement. So it is useful that some advices be given during the drafting of the agreement to make sure that such situations will be avoided. Meaning that if there is a need for the agreement to be enforced, there will not be obstacles, legal obstacles. And one last question I would like to put is the following. How is an agreement reached during a mediation process implemented in Ukraine?
Oleg, would you like to answer?
Yes, Luisa. It depends on the situation and depends on how parties agree to what they agree to do with this agreement. If it's an oral agreement, they just do what they arrange on. If this is a written agreement, so they can sign it and to also to use it like it's not obligation if they not go how to tell this term correctly, maybe to solicitor. If they don't form it there, the main idea that the mediation is about in Ukraine and in Europe, where in Germany, where I studied also, is about the mutual agreement. And not the paper makes the parties to fulfill this agreement, but that it's mutually beneficial for them. If they want, of course, they can make a contract which is well obligated. In this case, they have to deal it with every paper which is a contract.
Probably someone else wants to say something. Now you have seen how it works in Ukraine. You have heard what's the difference between Greek and Ukrainian mediation is. Maybe you have something to say about what coincides between these two types of mediation, what looks differently.
Sergios, would you like to say something?
Well, congratulations for this, for the effort. It was a very nice simulation. I think all colleagues tried their best. From what I saw, I believe that the main difference is the significance of the how can I say, the caucuses, not the joint session, the private session, because in Greece we usually use them a lot. I noticed that there were some questions regarding how the party felt about the situation, what was his what was the more important in the case, which were questions that actually in Greece we would avoid to ask during a joint session. Because although they are very useful for the process, there might be the danger or the fear that the party will not be honest on the answer because the other party will hear. And of course, this is always a case of mentality of cultural things of how you are used to do work, because every country and every person is different. So this is the main difference that I could see. Apart from that, I can say that the idea is the same, the aim is the goal is the same. So these are only some differences that it's very useful. If I was doing a mediation with Ukraine or with Ukrainian people, or if you are doing with Greeks, these are differences that we need to understand, because there must be a problem in the process because of this a lack of knowledge, not because of the mediators wants to do something bad or be in favor of one or the other. But if we don't know these little details, we might not be able to conduct the mediation as we would like. So this is the proof why this simulation and this joint effort is very useful.
To sum up what you have said and what Catherine saying, you mostly use individual meetings, you work more with individual meetings. We use them also in Ukraine, but it's not necessary. It's not necessary to have them at each mediation. It's upon the decision of mediator. If the parties want this, if the parties want that, they can arrange an individual meetings. And the second difference is the presence of lawyers, which is a must in Greece, and in Ukraine it isn't. And it influences on the fact who actually prepares the final text of the agreement. If the lawyers are there, so they the mediator sends them the materials and then they prepare it. Or in Ukraine, mediators do it themselves, yeah? But in Greece, the lawyers just listen to what the parties are agreeing upon, and then the lawyers draft the final agreement. So the main difference is that you have lawyers and we do not. Maybe someone else wants to comment on the difference on your style of conduction of mediation, what you usually use, those individual meetings or whatever. It seems to me that looking at the instruments, it's all the same. We had a lot of paraphrase, resuming, structuring of information to work with it, and the difference is only probably in the format. Yeah, Yulia. I just want to say thank you to the organizers. There was a lot of useful stuff. Thanks to the colleagues who were mediators. I understood that I'm a great English speaker because I understood almost everything. And also the timing is important. I was listening to Miss Catherine and I thought, okay, I probably have some Greek roots because this is the thing, what I like, to talk, to listen. And also I like that Oleh was responding, was reacting after a certain thank you to Oleg that he was verbally but very, very carefully making us understand what stage of mediation is going on. It's also very cool. And of course, it was an educational event that we learn from the colleagues, we understand something, we make conclusions. And also I was impressed because regarding the relationship, every business has a human face. And I liked the fact that this is a business case, but at the same time, emotionality between those two persons, between two individuals, two humans, it was very, very skillfully opened, and the parties, they found mutual understanding during by understanding each other as human beings, and that was really cool. This was the skill of Oleg, that he was doing it with respect to the parties, to himself, very, 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 very professionally as a mediator. I know that his appearance tells us that he is an intellectual, but everyone understood that this is his space. These are his rules according to the law. So I really enjoyed. Great. Thanks a lot. Thanks a lot, Yulia, that you joined us and for your feedback. Sergius, you want to say something, I see.
Yes, I would like to add something about the lawyers in Greece. The lawyers were introduced because of the idea that they should not lose actually jobs. That was the main reason behind that. But the role of the lawyer during the mediation process is very important, and there is actually a special training for them here in Greece. And his role is not only for drafting the agreement. His role is there to help the parties. He's a good lawyer during mediation process is actually another mediator. But the problem is that there are many lawyers that are actually against mediation, and they don't like it. So when you have this kind of lawyers, the good case is that they just sit there and they don't participate. This is the good scenario. The bad scenario is that they participate, and because they are not, they are against mediation, they don't help. So a lawyer that is not in favor of mediation can actually destroy it. So in that case, it will be better not to have him there. But c'est la vie, as they say in our French college, and we have to deal with that. And mediators must also learn how to deal with a bad lawyer, which is more difficult than dealing with a bad party.
Thanks a lot, Sergius. We have the same pain with you regarding the fact that not all the lawyers accept mediation procedure. And very often we meet such lawyers who can say to the party that mediation is bad for you. This is extremely bad when they talk about a child's interests. When in the procedure of mediation, the lawyer just disturbs the procedure. Constantly, we work with the lawyers, with the judges in Ukraine, and it's great to observe that the amount of those who start to understand the value of mediation, the essence of mediation, the role of the mediator increases year after year, and they come more and more to the profession of mediators, meaning the lawyers, and those who support mediation. It grows actually yearly. So Serevi, as you said, Sergius, that the lawyer can ruin the whole procedure of mediation. Thanks a lot for you to share. Is anyone else there wants to share?
Luisa, I would like to add something about, first of all, excuse me for the interruption. I had a problem with the connection. I hope it did not create major difficulties. So I wanted to add the following. Based on my experience, the separate meetings, the caucuses, as we call them, are very important. And I would recommend that young mediators become accustomed to that, because it is during the separate meetings that the goal of the mediator, his task, which is, as we all know, to bring to the surface the real interests of the parties and not let them be stuck on their positions, is much easier during the separate meeting, because they feel at ease. If the mediator has been successful in obtaining their trust, they open themselves, they speak openly, knowing that the mediator cannot go to the other party and tell him what was said during the separate meeting, but only what the party allow him expressly to convey to the other party. So, to my opinion, separate meetings are very important. Just an idea I wanted to express.
I want to be grateful to you. I hear it as an advice to the young mediators who start their career, that individual meetings, more individual meetings help to move forward and to ease the procedure of mediation for the beginners in mediation. And in terms of mediation, we coincide fully here, because according to our law, what the parties say to the mediator during the individual meeting
it's absolutely confidential, exactly as you describe it. The mediator can describe with the other party something if they have an authority to do so.
Very much to Luisa. Please note that in Greece as well, the separate meetings are not mandatory. It depends on the mediator to make and to the parties to ask for, if possible. Now, I want to make a scene which is imagination. Assume that one party wishes to cry.
Yeah.
He or she will cry easier when she is in joint meeting or in separate meeting.
Yeah, surely, obviously, that it's better.
It is an extreme example, but it can happen.
But I can also say that sometimes when you start crying on a joint meeting, it could help like to form more trust sometimes. If it's like on a joint meeting, sometimes it could be also useful. But yes, not everybody will be ready to do it together when there is like an enemy, next to him. So yeah. Thank you very much. Yes, and really, mediators need to use all the potential of different formats of mediation meetings. So we need to be like professionals to choose the correct way all the time when we are in mediation. Sometimes it's better to have joint meetings. Sometimes it's better to have individual meetings. It depends from the parties. It depends from the professionalism of mediators. If you are just starter, it's better to go more in individuals. Yes, surely. And it also depends from the case, what we are talking about. So it's also a point.
Exactly. You are absolutely right, Luisa. Just one more word from me. I take the liberty as a mediator since many years to advise younger colleagues not to send anything to the parties in writing. Never. It could create problems which we cannot imagine because we are acting in good faith. We say, I will send you a memorandum for you to check, to remember what was said, etc. We could be faced to many, many problems. So please avoid this. Take notes and at the end destroy.
Thank you, Catherine. But in Ukraine, it's a little bit different. As attorneys, lawyers are not obligatory in the mediation process. Sometimes it's like, this is like a zone of responsibility of mediator to provide parties with the list of points of something that they reached an agreement. So we couldn't, this is the way how we need to do it, but I agree that we don't need to send it like separately. Usually we create like joint chat for the parties and we just send once in a joint chat. So so process must be transparent, and all the documents that we are going to send. This is the only way how we could do it. And Oleh mentioned that he will set it in a joint chat that we already created at the beginning. So this is how we deal with the parties. We make this joint chat it could be Viber, WhatsApp, Telegram, it could be anywhere, but it must be joined, and all the conversation should be transparent for both of the parties. And if we need to exchange some documents, mediation agreement or settlement agreement, we just use this chat, so they will receive it in simultaneously.
I see. Yes, this is one method.
Yeah. But I agree, you don't need to do it like separately, send something to one party, then something to another party. Yes, this could be
risky. It is
Yeah.
very
Yeah, absolutely. But Oleh is quite an experienced mediator. He knows that he could do it just in the joint chat. So thank you, Oleh, and also for this also, because it's the way to show how Ukrainian mediators need to deal with such an agreement at the end. Dear colleagues, would you like to say something additionally? Maybe somebody else would like to say how mediation process looks like in your country. Okay, I couldn't see any hands. Maybe we have something in the chat. Yulia, okay. The floor is yours.
Just to sum up short, everyone has its own practice, but additionally, what I have understood for myself, why we do it, even when the parties agree to the verbal agreement, I make it the following way. Sometimes I say, okay, I will write it down upon what you agreed. In the joint group, I make this sum up. Even if we have a couple of sessions, I still send the results to the joint group. And what our purposes for the next meetings are. Because the flow of information we have now is unbelievable, and sometimes the parties even forget what they were discussing at the last meeting, and that's why I want to simply direct them in the right way. So this is the practice, to my opinion. It's just an organizational moment, which by no means will badly influence the procedure, just makes it more perfect. But I'm an eco-mediator, as I feel myself, and I made
There was 1.5 mediations completed by mediation agreements, and that was the first mediation for me when I was inspired. And during the next mediations, I suggested to the parties, but they said that they don't want to write down agreement. So such brief summarization, sometimes it is present, sometimes there is none, but everyone should understand that the same words have the same sense. Because sometimes people may understand it differently, but I would also like to say to colleagues and Oleh, I would like to compliment you. I like to be cautious, and I like to speak about risks, and I like when I observe it in colleagues. I liked this moment where you were talking about risks. So thank you very much again. Thank you very much. Thank you, Yulia, for sharing. Thank you, Oleh, how you and the team are sharing the life hacks and the experience right now. Maria, we have you.
From me, from Greece. Congratulations to everybody. It was very nice. And I would like to say that I was impressed by your calmness of the atmosphere. Here in Greece, we are very passionate about our problems and also with the solution. But you can imagine in atmosphere with passionate parties and also the lawyers. For this reason, probably we choose to have a separate for have the time to negotiate for the parties, the lawyers to one parties and for the other. It's difficult, but I understand for it depends for the mentality of each country, the way that they found the solution of their problem. But here in Greece, yes, we are very passionate, and really, I jealous with your calmness. Really, I enjoy that. And thank you that you give us the time to meet you, to meet another point, another mentality. I believe that it's the mediation. Thank you very much.
Thank you, Maria, for sharing. Thank you indeed. I share your understanding, and I understand that Greek colleagues are from the south, so they might be more vehement as mediators. And I'm from Georgia, and as a Georgian, I understand what does it be to be more emotionally charged. That's why I said that I enjoy such calm style, which is also supported in the same way, and the one who's guiding, like Oleg. So I'm jealous of this ability to do it so calmly and balanced. Thank you, Maria, for seeing it too.
Julia?
Louisa, I would like to ask our Greek colleagues a question, just in case. Dear colleagues from Greece, I would like to ask you a question with all due respect. Do you use mediation as service in your personal life? Do you use mediation, or have you ever been the party to a mediation?
I have an experience as mediator. As a party, no, actually. In Greece, we have the mediation, the full mediation, and there is also an initial first meeting, which is just as it is now. It's only an informative part of mediation. In that, we all actually, me and almost all colleagues have experience both as mediator as lawyers. But I personally have experience only as mediator in a full process mediation.
No experience as a party as well.
Dyaku, thank you for your reply. Yeah, it was a question from Julia. Julia usually like discovering something. She's making like researches about mediation deeper and deeper. And also I know that now she's interested how often mediators use mediation to resolve maybe potential disputes in their life. Maria, maybe you have such an experience.
Yes, in a case of problems in the family between with the man and the woman with the kids, probably they had many problems. So I was the lawyer of the one of this party. That I was lucky because the other party. It was another lawyer that she had the mentality, the same mentality with me. It's very important to this mediation, to the lawyers to have the same language, because it's very important for the lawyer to not thinking for the parties like a fortune, but like the parties that they need to help them to find the solution. So we help from our side the mediator to do his job or her job. It's very important. I believe that everybody, in my opinion, it could be everybody, it could be have the study of mediation. It's very important because it helps us to the mentality to see the people and feel them like they have need to see them. It's very important. But because the lawyer, we have one way. We want to win. That's it. We want to win. We want that he want our client. So it's totally differently when we are sitting like lawyers to the table and we must listen the other parties, and the winning, it's the contract, the same opinion, that it's not to find only the solution. For me, for my opinion, the most important is any case, any opinion, any contract to have future, to have the voluntary, both parties to deal this deal. So I believe that's the magic. And it's a very luck to have from the other parties lawyers that they thinking with the same way. It's very important, because it's not like that we have problem. We have the other side, passionate Greek,
Yeah,
and the war.
Absolutely agree, Marie. It's important that lawyers start thinking about their clients' interests, not their win
Yes,
position at
it's
the
very
court.
difficult. It's very difficult for our mediator. It's very difficult to have the balance, because you have not only two parties. You must control to think everything you said for the one parties, the other parties, their lawyers and their problem. It's difficult, but also it's magical.
Yes, absolutely. It's a magical, yes, and a magic of mediation. It's very important thing. Yes, and also that's why we have experience, more than 10 years experience working with lawyers in context of mediation. So I see. So that's why we work a lot now with students. So it's a good way when lawyer come into profession with the understanding what mediation is and how it would be useful for their clients. It's much harder to change the mind of experienced lawyers. It's much easier to make this culture, to make this is like kind of normal for future lawyers. So we work with students a lot, and not only students, but also with school and youth, and also with the kids. So we put a lot of attention now to make this culture of understanding, culture of amicable dispute resolution.
Yes, I agree. I agree, and goodwill. I agree. Totally agree.
And you couldn't imagine how joyful it is, you know. It's so nice. So we started go like with making this age lower. Yeah, so we started working with kids, but now we're enjoying it so much because we could see the results. We could see these eyes of the of children, and we understand that they know about mediation from the childhood. Yeah.
Yes.
And they accepted it as a very normal way for dispute resolution. Yeah. Thank you, Maria.
I'm glad to hear. Congratulations to everybody, and really I'm very happy that I meet you. And one time again, thank you, Mrs. Katerina Kotsaki. Ευχαριστούμε. Thank you.
Thank you for being here. I would just like to add to what Maria and Luisa said, that the important ingredient for something new to be accepted is the change of the mentality. So the mentality of people changes much easier, because I open a parenthesis here. Mediation is very important, as all of us know, in all situations of our life, in family, in work, whatever. I close the parenthesis. So it is much easier to make the mentality change when people, when they are very young, they start listening about this amicable way to solve the dispute. And this is why we try to introduce school mediation in schools.
Yeah, a school, it's like a peer mediation. It is also important. And we have such an experience a lot. We have a lot of projects all over Ukraine for the last, I think, 20 years. But the main problem is that when you train peer mediators, they finish the school and you need to train again. So this is like, there must be a support from the state to make like it on a constant basis. And fortunately in Ukraine, we have like, it was an experiment, all Ukrainian experiment, which started before the full-scale invasion, but during the full-scale invasion, it was like, there was a decision that it was a successful experiment, and the name is Peaceful School. So now our Ministry of Education trying to provide this peaceful school approach all over the Ukraine. And it's very important. Yes, it's very important to have such a support. Otherwise, it's just, you know, just some points. It's just for a short period, you train peer mediator and then he is leaving and school is without any mediator again. Yeah, but school mediation, it's a very cool thing, you know. Yeah. And also my daughter was studying at school where they had this like mediation service at school. Yes, but it was just for a short period while these students, while these pupils, they were like studying at school.
Sergio has followed the seminar about school mediation of 200 hours.
Oh, yeah, it's a
He's
very
an expert.
deep, yeah. We will know where should we find expert next time. So Sergios, we know now that you are expert in school mediation.
Yes.
I think it's time to say goodbye for this evening, not just for today. And I would like to remind that we have this day of kindness today. So you still have few hours to make something kind or to say some kind word to somebody next to you. Thank you very much for this exciting experience. Oleg, Anna, Danylo, Olga, Leona, everybody, Catherine, Sergios, thank you very much. And thank you for all the participants who join us, who spend these hours with us. Yes, thank you. Thank you. And I believe that we will have a lot of meetings in the future, and not only online, but also in a safety Ukraine. Everybody is invited as soon as it will be possible. And thank you so much.
Thank you very much.
We thank you very much, Luisa, and all the colleagues from Ukraine for organizing this excellent meeting. Thank you very much indeed. And we are sure we will have more other meetings. We invite you with pleasure in Athens whenever you like. And we will be very pleased to host you. Thank you very much again for all what you have done, and we wish you all the best. I just want to add that we admire you. We admire you from the bottom of our heart for all what you are doing. You understand very well what I am referring to. In the middle of the hard situation you are faced to, you are able to do such amazing events and arrange for contacts with mediators, with people from other countries, and to to do your best.
Thank you.
Thank you very much, and my warm congratulations to all of you. Have all the best. Have a nice time. Till next time.
Till next time. Have a nice time. Thank you. Thank you, Catherine.
Thank you very much. Thank
Thank
you,
you.
Lisa. Thank you very much. I would like to thank everyone for the warm words, for his feedback for today's simulation. I would like to thank Anna, Danylo, Alona, and Olga, people who invested their time to play parties, to become more professional, to make this simulation real. To Hanna, to Luisa, to everyone from Ukrainian Academy of Mediation. And I would like to thank to our Greek colleagues for sharing their experience and for giving advices. And I really looking forward to see the masterclass from them, to see how they will apply them during the simulation next time.
Thank you. And
Thank
I
you.
would like also to add that we need to say, I would like to say thank you, and not only me, to our interpreters, Irina and Natalia, who make this evening understandable to everybody. It doesn't matter which language we speak today, but everybody could understand the context. Thank you very much, Irina and Natalia. I'm sure that you could hear me.
Thank you.
Thank you again. Have a nice evening, and till next time.
Till
Short
next time.
Thank you. Thank you very much for everyone. Yeah, it was amazing experience.
Yeah.
Thank you for your advices, and I think that I wish that next time we will have an amazing experience with a new participant from different culture. Thank you. Thank you very much.
Thank you, Maria.
Thank you.